So how do you feel? Do you feel as though you've walked a long way?
Yeah.
Flowers lady?
Oh.
I've just been out on a 3. I've used this camera, which is my Lumix, for most of this walk. But just coming back now, it's too dark to use a Lumix, so I'm back on the Vado again, which is much better handling in low light conditions. You wouldn't even believe, looking at what I can see on the screen now, how dark it's actually become in the meantime. And because we're getting the good old stag beetles in flight again, it's that time of the evening, I'm just turning that on in the hope of no, don't touch it, because that's, no, you shouldn't take something from somebody's garden like that. It's one thing to pick poppies in the hedgerows, and quite another thing to take a cultivated rose whose roots are growing in somebody's soil and just to slightly overhanging their fence. That's right. Yeah, the cherry tree, Uncle Charlie's cherry tree, is up here. That's his cherry tree. You won't see any cherries on this dark. Right, you know where you are, George, don't you? You don't have to show him how to do it, Sophie. He's good at escaping without your help. Off he goes. Right, that's the end of our lovely holiday. Tomorrow, Sophie goes off to England with another. Yeah, but you're going off to Grandma's and Granddad's tomorrow, and we will go off to back to the delights of Warsaw. And in the end, the week seems to have gone by very quickly, as weeks generally do. Let's go one final time to the pool area, just in the hope of catching them, because they do like coming over this area. No luck tonight. But I got a few on the first night. I think you'll see them flying around like little miniature bombers. Oh, it's very nice here, I have to say. So nice to come, and I hope that you might also be tempted to come along to this place. So let me know if you want to know how to book, and I will put you in contact with the owner, who is a real gentleman. Those of you that buy from Amazon in Germany, Amazon.de's major warehouse apparently is here. So we've just driven past it. Where is this place? Near Helmsdorfer Kreuz, on the way from France at the end of our holiday back to good old Poland. You had a nice time?
Yes.
And of course Sophie isn't in the back anymore. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone to England to stay a couple of weeks with her grandma. And so hopefully she'll be fine there.
So, we're saying bye-bye, France, to this place. Because we're in the ship. The ship's sailing with Grandma and Granddad. Granddad's drinking wine, which later, when he'll be 80, he's gonna have his head broken. And Grandma's sewing a scarf. Knitting, okay. Show how long it is. Show how long it is. It's a quite long one, something like 4.5 or something, not like this, just from here up to here. From here up to, oh, that's the scarf. Again. I guess I just saw. Again. That's this long one. Scarf. And that's. For who is this scarf? Oh, yeah.
If it'll go with your coat, but if you want me to do you a different coloured one, then I'll do you a different coloured one.
No, I vote for autumn. I'm something for autumn. When it's cold, no, people are swimming here.
And I can do a hat to match, you see.
Okay.
Same colour. Go outside, have a look.
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna go outside. Wait just a second. Let's get my drawings. Me on the dirty dress. So let's have a look.
Learning, well, I mean, she can't speak Polish there, so her English should get better. Whereas with me, she keeps on pulling me onto Polish at home. I try and pull her back onto English, but it's not as good as having an all-English environment. Apart from anything else, the all-English environment gives her the reason why other times she's learning it. She's learning it because there is a place where she can go where everybody knows her name. Diddle diddle dee dee dee. No, they do know, but they probably know that in other places as well. But there's a place she can go where she can get by only in English, not in Polish, and since she enjoys going there and likes going there, you know, that also motivates her to learn English even when she's not there, whereas she really have any strong motivation to learn all that many other languages.
So we say bye-bye France. We're on the deck. So we're saying bye-bye France. There's a man with cars. And here is a flag of France. We've got a place here. It's the ship. We're on deck number 8. Up here. So when we go up there, we're gonna go in deck 9. This one, my grandmother and my grandfather is, and he's here. Up here. He's up here. Okay, someone's puffing because he's where the stairs are. No, the big loud voice is there. And we got a big container. There's a ship. And look at the crash! Oh! No, never mind. Not my fault. Yeehaw! We're on the ship. First time. Me on the first time. The ship. First time. Okay. So, bye. See you on England or even on deck. Somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna get another film. Okay, bye.
Although maybe now I think she's enjoyed France, and we'd probably go back to see to Uncle Charlie, as we call him, place. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll go back. Certainly the welcome that we received, bear in mind that we're not an easy family to cater for, was really exemplary, and I think that, I don't know how other people, I've never been really a user of sheets, as it were, but from what I can gather, you know, there's nobody quite as good as him as far as making you feel welcome is concerned and really looking after you. So, you know, that's why during this holiday series I've mentioned, you know, some very good things about that place, and there's a general plug going on for it here, so which is probably something which is not going to benefit me very much, plugging it, because it'll be harder for me to get a free space, but nevertheless the gentleman deserves it, so that's why he gets the plug. Anyway, this is the Harz Mountains just about we're getting into now, so still a bit of scenery, and the sun isn't very high at the moment. I've driven all day. I started at the beginning of the day, so I've done 1,000 kilometres. According to this, but it's not accurate, it thinks that 950 kilometres is to Warsaw. That's not accurate because it doesn't take into account the new motorway, which brings you down a bit and you have to go back up through Stryków. So it's about 1,000 gone, about 1,000 to go. But obviously I'm not planning to do a 2,000 kilometre jaunt. That wouldn't be very advisable. I think that what will happen is that I will go for 1,200 kilometres, which is not my record for what can be done in a day. I have driven more than that, but I think it's a reasonable amount with kids with us, and it gives us, well, 60% of the whole journey, doesn't it? So that leaves only 40% to do tomorrow, and I don't have such nice motorways tomorrow, but I do have it flatter. So probably it's a nice break after. I'll do another 200 kilometres and then take a break for the night. That's what we reckon we're going to do. Hopefully there will be something there to use that isn't fully booked. So we'll wait and see what happens on that head.
Now we're filming again, the third bit. Yes, we got something. It's a bit wobbly here. What? That's because of these. But we're too heavy. I don't know if we're gonna crash. We're going to England. That's me coming. I'm with my grandparents, my father and my mother. Gone out to Poland. 2 days riding. Do you imagine? All of these is 12 hours at one day. The second day as well 12 hours. So how many will be? One day. So that's the thing. Oh, there was a green one. There's orange. It's a bit windy. Here's my grandfather. Staying here right there. Okay. What is this thingy? Alright, never mind.
Some quite good views going over these mountains anyway, that's for sure.
So we can see the old boats here. We are in England now. We've gone out to England. Oh, we got some more boats. Old boats. They're really old and a bit got nasty. And we got a bit of the town. And we got flags. But you can't see them. Wait just a second, maybe it will be a next one. There's some lots of flags. Oh, now we've got something which is a big thingy in here. It's right there. It's right there. So we got some boats there. Let's have a big view. Let's have a nice big view. Okay. Okay, we're reading Harry Potter. But never mind about that. I want to make some nice big view. Right here. They're nice, aren't they? And we've got a town. Grandma, what is this big thingy who looks like stairs?
I think it's just some kind of statue,
Oh, that's a kind of statue. That here is a kind of statue. Wow, and an old one here. There's an old one from made from there is made for a grandmother. There's made one from some of the from how to say it, from the tree here. Oh wow, we got a close one here. Old close thing. There's grandma. There's my grandmother. So we'll get a bit close. Now we're gonna park a bit. So thank you.
Okay, it's the next day and we're looking down at Jena. Jena is of course a former German Democratic Republic. Jena was the place where you had Zeiss, Carl Zeiss optics. Prior to the Second World War, this was Germany's prime or premier optic glass area. After the Second World War was over and this place fell to communism, to Russian rule, the German Democratic Republic, then of course they continued with that tradition of making fine optics in the glass factory, but already under slightly different economic realities, and so they basically had
GPS signal lost.
yeah, well it would be, wouldn't it? They basically had the best optic glass, the best lenses for cameras and binoculars, telescopes and things from the whole of the communist world were made there in Jena. And as you can see, the city's set in a beautiful valley on a hillside and has some most tremendous views in it. Although the buildings, which you'll see in there, or which you probably will notice as we were driving through it, were in many cases not particularly beautiful, sort of flats. Still, back in the old days, when there wasn't an awful lot else to do, at least they had nice binoculars, so that from one block of flats they could peer into another block of flats and maybe see what their neighbours were doing. They certainly had the wherewithal to do that in Jena, of all places. So that's a little curiosity for you. This isn't the Alan Heath channel. Haven't suddenly become a Geordie, expert in all German history and that, but I can tell you a few things about it. But if you want the full details, then you have to go to my friend's channel, Alan Heath. I think he's already got 4 million views, and he's got halfway through his second 1,000. So if you want prolific filmmaking, then that's the place to go. And he's been all over the place. If you like this kind of thing where you travel all over the place and learn details about places, especially their history, then he's quite a bit better at that than I am. But you know, he's also specially travelled to places to film them, which is something that I haven't yet started to do, and so therefore basically you get what happens to me, whereas in his case you get a more of a planned output in a sense. But still, at least you get this in HD sometimes.
Go on spike or one.
Where are they?
What vests?
See the old-fashioned
Yeah.
vests and rigging.
I said that is this
them
one
is
of the
HMS
tree one.
Victory, probably.
I said that one is from tree. Never mind. This has some. If you come climb on, you can be dead because there has some rings which can cut you. Well, that's England.
Is one of those famous German air farms or wind farms. They're farming wind. Some of the windmills are not productive. This one's just standing there. But I understand that generally this year has been a bit of a slow year. Look, they're turning around very, very slowly. They're a little bit like God's mills actually. God's mills grind slowly, but they grind exceeding sure, as the old saying goes. It seems to go on for a long way. But I understand that the lambing season this year has been extremely poor. Not many of these windmills have given birth to other little windmills. The veterinaries have not been out in force, putting their hands up the bottom of the windmill to retrieve the lamb windmill.
Oh no! Oh dear.
What happened?
George.
What's he done now? Okay, never a dull moment. Some of them have even lost their tops, like that one.
Why did you do that, George?
What's he done anyway? Что он сделал? Кровь. Oi, кровь. Blood. He keeps picking his nose and then he gets a nosebleed.
Чем ты в этом носе пальцем покупаешься, George?
Okay.
No, George. Stop it.
There's going to be some clearing up to do back there. Looks like he's got two merry cheeks like a clown, but it's all his blood that he picks out of his nose and smears around his face. What a lovely chap. If you get a choice between having an autistic child and having a non-autistic child, take my advice. Pick the non-autistic child if you get a choice. I don't know anybody who got the choice yet, but just in case.